Good evening, everybody. I have a small update for you. Please excuse the mess. We're slowly but surely getting all the debris out of here. I was supposed to have today off, and unfortunately I got called into work, so I had to do a 3 a.m. shift. But I did get a tiny little bit done on the trailer, so I thought I would update you. We got this beam in over here, and we decided to brace it in a couple places. There was no braces connecting the floor beams originally, but I've decided in more like high traffic areas I would like to just put a little bit more support to them. So I'm probably going to put one right here over to this board. I did get this one all screwed down, and I'll probably put one here because of that door will be sliding stuff in. I just want to put a couple little pieces in the high traffic areas, like I said, just to give it a little bit more support. We also were able to get the beam that runs under that door out of the way. We have to get a new blade tomorrow because there's some screws coming down from that wall that went into the board that we got to try to get chopped off of there before we can put the new one in. And then these pieces over here, I'm still deciding what to do because we ran them, and then I don't know if it was the weight of what's right here, but it's pushing down on the boards, so they're actually like kind of going like this as they come out of there. Let me show you on this side. So the board, when it's sitting where it's supposed to, it goes up, and then as it gets closer to where this weight is, it sinks down and then starts to pop back up. So I'm a little concerned that this floor is kind of coming down in the front because of the weight. And we did decide not to take this wood out down here. This is some of the original wood because number one, it wasn't rotten, and number two, there's a lot of wires coming up through the floor that I didn't feel comfortable cutting out or taking out. I don't know what the consequences would be if I cut them and then splice them back together. Some of those are pretty important wires, but I don't know enough about electrical that I didn't feel confident enough to do that. So we left the wood here, and we're going to try to find a way to square this off and fit the new pieces to it. But like I said, these beams are sinking down, so I purchased some shims, some wooden shims that I'm hoping help out, but I don't know for sure. We haven't come up with a plan, so we've been working in other areas. And if you checked out my last video that I posted, I was talking about these furnace wires and how I didn't understand why the blue power wire that goes to the furnace was hooked into this purple wire, which then runs into the wall and then runs back out of the wall and then runs into the yellow positive wire going into a fuse. And I figured it out. At least I think I figured it out. There was this button here which I thought was I don't know. This is where the bathroom door is, so I thought when you close the bathroom door, it just held it snug, because I know things shift around in the trailer, and I don't know. I just thought it was like just help hold the door snug. But the purple wire going in hooks into this, and then the purple wire going out hooks into that. So what I think that it is the furnace goes right here, and I've already posted about this, but I'll show you visually. The furnace sits right here, and the air comes out of the furnace this way. And the door, the hinges are on this side, so the door actually opens like this. And I'm assuming what that button is for is when you have the door all the way open, the button releases, and I think that breaks contact in the positive wires, shutting the furnace off. I don't know that for a fact that's what it does, but it would just make sense that it'd be a safety hazard if you had the door open and the furnace blowing right into it. But that's the only thing that I can think of. It would have been pretty funny if I ended up using those wires for something else, like a USB outlet or something, and then it stopped working every time someone opened the bathroom door, I think I would have gotten pretty upset about it, and chances are I would have never figured out why the outlet wasn't working. So I wanted to ask also, I think I'm going to post a thread about this, but I cannot get the stupid toilet flange thing off. I'll post a picture right here. I'm thinking it's like glued. It looks like there's glue on it. I don't know if it twists off. I don't know if it pulls off. I'm just like, I've been getting scared every time I try to do it that I'm gonna break something. So I don't really know how to go about it, but I have to get that top piece off when we go to put the plywood in. We did go today and pick up our floor insulation. I got the one that was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I figured it was a good investment. If I'm going to put some money into anything, it should be insulating it, because I do live in Florida. So this 1-inch piece here has an R value of 5, and then the 1/2-inch piece has an R value of 3. I'm not sure how that works. I assumed it would be 2.5, but I don't know anything about it, so apparently Pink Panther makes this. But it was rated really well, so I figured it'll work right. What's kind of cool about it is it has these, I don't think I can show you on this one, but it has these lines in it where it makes it easier to split the board into pieces, which is probably going to be, I might be able to use it a little bit. I think where I'm putting it's a little bit wider than where these lines are, but still pretty cool that you can do it that way. And I got a real nice knife to cut it with, so yeah. Hopefully next week we'll be putting these in if I don't get called into work on any more of my days off, but we'll see.